Breaking overnight, a new report on the origins of the coronavirus. What it says about the virus coming from a lab.
Plus, new data on your students' mental health, how virtual learning is impacting their well-being.
And of course, we're going to be tracking those winds today. Wind advisories go into effect in the afternoon. We'll tell you just how windy it'll get here in the 608.
This is News 3 Now this morning.
Good morning, everyone. Hope you had a great weekend. It is Monday, March 29th. I'm Chris Stanford.
And I'm Leah Lynch. We have some breaking news right off the top here. My friend, Mr. Stanford, celebrating a birthday. So we're going to take a minute to celebrate him. There we go.
Got
what more could you want than a bunch of carbs at 6 in the morning?
It doesn't get much better than this, folks.
There you go. So we had somebody
half a dozen Glazers and a cup of coffee.
We had somebody run to our neighborhood Quick Trip to grab you these, and that's not all, Chris.
Did we make Sam go to Quick Trip?
We did.
Oh, I'm sorry, Sam.
We did. We did. There's more on your desk, so
all right.
So try and pace yourself this morning.
Oh, I will. I will. The ticker's not as young as it was yesterday.
38 years young, sir.
No, I know. Closer and closer to 40. Oh,
well,
boy.
You're looking great. We're glad to have you. We're glad to celebrate you this morning.
Glad to be here.
Okay, 6 o'clock now. We start this hour with some breaking news from overnight. Results from the WHO's investigation into the origins of the coronavirus does confirm it started in animals.
A draft copy of the joint study between the World Health Organization and China found that transmission from bats to humans through another animal is the most likely origin. The team also said the chance that the virus was made in a lab is, quote, extremely unlikely. The report lines up with what health experts were expecting, but some questions are still unanswered. Researchers say the investigation into the virus should continue, but there is no need to continue to look for laboratory origin. Before the report was released, Dr. Anthony Fauci said, though the origin was not confirmed, we already know how the virus was able to spread so fast around the world.
And it was under the radar screen, and we know that infections, many of them, are without symptoms. So it's entirely conceivable that it was spreading considerably for weeks, if not months, before we recognized it at the end of December, giving it plenty of time to adapt to a human.
On Friday, the WHO said it had finalized its report. It's expected to be fully released to the public sometime this week.
The CDC says about 143 million vaccine doses have now been handed out in the U.S. That's an increase of about 3.3 million doses in just the last day. The average, right around 2.7 million shots a day. With this latest data, a total of 94 million people, just over 28% of the population, have received at least one dose of the vaccine. 15% have received both. And in our state, nearly 1 million Wisconsinites are fully vaccinated. 995,000 people have finished their vaccination series. 23,000 shots were administered in the last day. About 1 in 3 adults have received at least one dose.
If you want a vaccine, but you don't technically qualify yet, there is a clinic you might want to try. The Ho-Chunk Nation is offering vaccines to anyone over the age of 18 this week. You can get your first dose of the Moderna vaccine Wednesday at the House of Wellness in Baraboo. The clinic runs from 9 to 5. You don't have to live in Sauk County to go there, and you don't need an appointment, although it's recommended that you make one. The Ho-Chunk Nation asks you to bring your ID. We have a link to register at channel3000.com. The Biden administration is working on a system for people to prove that they've been vaccinated. The so-called Vax Pass or vaccine passport could be used by individuals in the workplace, in schools, or traveling internationally. According to a senior White House official, multiple agencies are involved in the planning. Potentially, the vaccine credentials could play a role in multiple aspects of daily life. The travel industry in particular has been calling on the federal government to develop some kind of Vax Pass system.
Anxiety and depression are making a big impact on Americans' mental health during the pandemic. That's according to a new CDC weekly report. It says more than 41% of adults reported symptoms of one of those conditions between last August and this February. That's an increase of almost 5%. The most affected groups include people between the ages of 18 and 29, as well as Black and Asian adults. And our kids' mental health also taking a hit during remote learning in particular. In a new survey, 25% of parents with kids enrolled in virtual learning say their students suffered from worsened mental and emotional health. For parents with kids in school, only 16% reported the same problems. Families with kids in remote learning also say their children were less physically active, spent less time outside, and less time with friends. 6:04 now. Today's a good time to take a walk with friends. Chris, we have a gorgeous Monday forecast in store.
Absolutely perfect out there. Sunshine's expected all day long, folks. Temperatures this afternoon will top out into the low 60s. Take advantage of that vitamin D, because around this time of the year, we're starting to finally break out of all of that cloud cover we really deal with for the winter. Now, we do have wind advisories in effect for a good portion of Wisconsin, especially for the south and the west, and really all through the upper Midwest. We're going to be dealing with the wind advisories, and even if you don't have one, it's going to be windy as we go through the day. Watch how these wind gusts really begin to pick up. 41-mile-per-hour wind gusts by the time we get you towards 1 o'clock, and really all afternoon long, we're talking wind gusts 45 to 50, maybe even beyond 50 miles per hour at times. So it's going to be a windy day overall, and those winds stick around with us really even into a good portion of Tuesday behind a cold front before starting to relax as we start to move into Tuesday night. So that being said, where's that trash can gonna go? Another way to think about the wind, I at least expect them to be blown over and into your neighbor's yard. I'm not going to say gone forever, but you may notice a trash can even further down the street. So keep that in mind. This is the overall setup. An area of low pressure is back towards our west. We're going to see a warm front coming through today. Focus on these orange lines. These are lines of equal pressure, and your change in air pressure creates a lot of wind. I've made these lines white now just so you can see them in contrast with the wind gusts. But you have high pressure towards the south and east. Your low is back towards the north and west, and the closer these lines are together, we call that a tight temperature or pressure gradient, and that means you're going to see those stronger winds. But watch how as these strong winds blow on through, once these lines go farther apart, we start to see those wind gusts subside, and that's what's going to happen for us as we move into your Wednesday. In the meantime, 33 degrees. Cloud cover is abundant out there for now, but we're going to see that sunshine really start to take hold as we go further into your morning. 48 by the time we get you towards 11 o'clock. Temperatures top out into the low 60s this afternoon with those strong winds. Soak that up, because tomorrow we're cloudy with the temperature right around 50, and it's 38 for your Wednesday. But we get better by the time we get towards your Easter weekend. 64 expected both Saturday and Sunday. Both of those days come with sun before rain chances we start to move into early next week. Traffic-wise, we've been watching First Warn traffic for you all morning. There's a little slowdown showing up southbound on Stoughton Road, but that's it. That's once you get beyond 30. The rest of Dane County is in great shape this morning.
Thank you very much, Mr. Reese. 6:07 now. Wisconsinites are known for drinking at bars, of course, but now you can take the bar home with you. As of yesterday, you can now add a craft cocktail to your to-go order across Wisconsin. The state's Tavern League says it's a win for all bars in a year where there haven't been many.
Every little bit helps. I think we've been hit harder than most, and I think our legislators realize that, and they realized that we needed this help.
The law was first introduced as a bill last month and had backing from both Republicans and Democrats. Bar owners say they're hopeful to include the service for years to come.
Not only do the foods we eat impact our weight, cholesterol, and blood pressure, but a new study shows a strong association between long-term diet and chronic inflammation. Researchers say inflammation can be one of the underlying causes of many health problems. Consumer Reports reveals which foods to avoid and how to jumpstart an anti-inflammatory diet for better health. Think of inflammation this way. When you cut your finger, it bleeds, and almost immediately white blood cells rush over to the area to help heal the cut. You might notice swelling or reddening of the area. This is an example of acute inflammation, which is temporary and promotes healing. But in other cases, irritants and germs can cause low-level persistent inflammation called chronic inflammation. Chronic inflammation can lead to health issues like diabetes, cancer, heart disease, even dementia. How do you avoid chronic inflammation? Consumer Reports says start with your diet.
Some foods, like colorful fruits, have antioxidants that can dampen inflammation.
Tricia Calvo is deputy editor for Food and Health at Consumer Reports.
Other foods, such as red and processed meats, refined carbohydrates, and sugar, may promote inflammation.
In a new study, researchers followed more than 200,000 men and women for up to 32 years. It found that those who consumed pro-inflammatory diets had a 46% increased risk of heart disease and a 28% increased risk of stroke compared to those who consumed anti-inflammatory diets. Consumer Reports has some tips to help get your anti-inflammatory regimen started. First, focus on a healthy overall diet and be sure to eat a variety of foods. Try shredding a head of cabbage and toss with olive oil and fresh dill for a tasty slaw. Go for buckwheat soba noodles. You can add them to a stir fry with bok choy and chicken and shrimp. And before you start buying new ingredients, check your pantry. Coffee, tea, virgin olive oil, black beans, walnuts, even a glass of wine all contain anti-inflammatory compounds. All right, here's a little bit more on this topic. Consumer Reports says leafy greens like kale and yellow vegetables like butternut squash are also high in anti-inflammatory compounds. Foods associated with inflammation include red and processed meats, white flour and sugars, and sugary beverages.
Some good tips there. Okay, the cost of coffee could start to creep up thanks to a shortage in the shipping industry. I know, collective sigh on the morning show here. The deficit is being blamed on a massive shipping container shortage. Brazil had a record-producing year when it comes to coffee beans, but hasn't been able to get those beans to the U.S. or anywhere else. Analysts say the shipping container shortage could lead to increased coffee prices across the world. A little dangerous there.
Yeah, that's not good news.
No, definitely not. 6:10 now. Coming up, Derek Chauvin on trial. A preview of the case that begins today.
And good morning, everyone. I'm Josh Breiter. Ahead in the 6:08, see how a local tortilla company is getting some statewide recognition and why they got their start here in Wisconsin. Stay with us. You're watching News 3 Now this morning.
Get the Barnes 4-Step Lawn Care Program by scheduling a free consultation with a Barnes licensed lawn care professional. From planting to pruning, seeding to sodding, mowing to mulching, and everything in between. Barnes since 1981. Get started today at barnesinc.net.
Joe Parisi has preserved thousands of acres that the public can enjoy forever.
Joe knows we all deserve a chance to succeed.
Joe Parisi partnered with local schools to build the only school-based mental health program of its kind in the state.
Thank you, Joe, for your commitment to preserving green spaces that we can all get outside and play in.
Thank you, Joe, for working so hard to make sure everyone in this community has an opportunity at a second chance.
Thank you, Joe, for caring about the well-being of our children.
Wisconsin is a home of workers. We know what needs to get done, and we do it. Yet, we've been hit hard, some harder than others. Our contact may be limited, but we still can lift each other up. Your local Wisconsin energy and emergency rental assistance providers are working together to keep you safely in your home. You may not ask for it, but we want you to know we're here to help.
This is Ford Truck Month.
So are you ready for a ride?
Now is the time to get a great deal on Ford Ranger, Ford Super Duty, and the all-new 2021 Ford F-150. Get our best offers of the year and see what Built Ford Tough can do for you. Welcome to the show, America.
Welcome to the show.
Right now, get $5,750 in total savings on a 2021 F-150. Only during Ford Truck Month.
Every child, no matter their zip code, should have access to a great public education. As a former teacher and superintendent, I know what it takes. I've led schools to high student achievement, I've expanded preschool, and I've balanced budgets. My opponent can't be trusted. She's backed by Scott Walker, and she tried to cover up a $500,000 financial scandal. Our kids deserve better. I'm Jill Underly. As state superintendent, I'll always do what's best for our kids.
Buying your first home is the start of realizing bigger dreams with your family. That's why it's important to protect everything you love with American Family Insurance. Wait, what's that?
It's their dream car.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. It's actually my dream car. And my little dream tire swing with some dream trees. There'd be a nice dream garden right here, too.
Protect your dream home with American Family Insurance. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly.
Get the Barnes 4-Step Lawn Care Program by scheduling a free consultation with a Barnes licensed lawn care professional. From planting to pruning, seeding to sodding, mowing to mulching, and everything in between. Barnes since 1981. Get started today at barnesinc.net.
6:14 now. The trial for the former Minneapolis police officer accused of killing George Floyd is set to begin today. Opening statements in Derek Chauvin's trial are set to start in just a few hours. Chauvin has pleaded not guilty to murder and manslaughter charges related to Floyd's death from last May. Floyd died during an attempted arrest. Chauvin held him on the ground with his knee on his neck for nearly 9 minutes. Chauvin and 3 other officers were fired after the incident. The other 3 are facing charges for aiding and abetting. Their trial starts in August. Chauvin's trial will be broadcast live from the courtroom. It's expected to last up to 4 weeks.
The Kroger Foundation will donate $1 million to help both victims and survivors of the Roundy's workplace shooting in Economawalk. 3 people died in that shooting earlier this month. The money will add to a fund started by the National Compassion Fund. That has a goal of raising $1.5 million for the victims. Teamsters Secretary Treasury Tom Bennett says the union and employer have used this tragedy to help come together.
We have to work together. I mean, there are times unions and employers, we don't see eye to eye. But there are situations that we have to partner because it's the right thing to do and it's the only thing to do.
A celebration of life for the victims is being planned for this summer.
President Joe Biden feels confident about the U.S. making changes regarding gun safety. The issue is once again in the spotlight following mass shootings in Georgia and Colorado. On Sunday, while departing Delaware to return to the White House, Biden says that he is willing to discuss a bill that includes universal background checks. In 1993, then Senator Biden was among those instrumental in getting the Brady bill, passed through the Senate. That bill called for a ban on military-style rifles.
Developing right now, the traffic jam in the Suez Canal may be coming to an end. Engineers have partially refloated the container ship that's been wedged in the canal for nearly a week now. The skyscraper-sized ship got stuck last Tuesday. Since then, it's held up around $9 billion in global trade every single day. The ship is still blocking the canal. No word yet on when it's expected to be fully freed. Okay, Chris Reese here now with our first warn weather. How's it looking out there, Chris?
Hey, things are looking quiet over the eastern side of the country this morning, especially after big flooding throughout parts of the Nashville area over the weekend. But for us, we are all fairly quiet as we go through the morning. A couple of clouds out there, but they are in passing. Then it's all about the sunshine as we go throughout your Monday. 33 degrees is our temperature right now. As we look ahead, we're at 43 by 10 and 52 by noon. So it's going to be a very quick warm up into the low 60s today, but those winds really begin to pick up by the time we get you towards 11 o'clock.
All right. Thank you, Chris.
Thank you, Chris. 6:17 now. A local company that started right here in the 608 is getting some big recognition. They recently made an appearance on Wisconsin's version of Shark Tank.
Pretty cool. And our Josh Sprider this morning has their unique story. Hey, Josh.
Hey guys, good morning. We're talking about Tortilleria Cepeda, and originally out of Lone Rock, Wisconsin, they are really making some big waves all across the region. You'll find their product across the Madison area. I had the chance to catch up with the owners, Heidi and Julian Cepeda, while they were making a delivery to the Willie Street Co-op on the west side. They make tortillas with locally sourced corn using traditional Mexican techniques. The couple pitched their business to Wisconsin business leaders on Project Pitch It, which is similar to the hit show Shark Tank. And they were impressed with the emphasis on local.
I think it's really good to know who is growing your food, what ingredients are you have in your food. So we really are making a clean product with no preservative, and I think that's also like really important.
Now, the show awarded the couple $5,000 along with business assistance from an entrepreneurship center. Tortilleria Cepeda was selected out of more than 300 to appear on the program, which airs on many TV stations across Wisconsin. Now, you'll find them in many local grocery stores, but also restaurants as well in the area. That includes Bear and Bottle to Canteen here in Madison and many others across the region. If you'd like to learn more about the product or where exactly you can find it, just go to the story on channel3000.com, and there's a complete list right there. I'm certainly excited to try this product, guys. They have a few different options when it comes to those tortillas, but they are very, very popular in the grocery store as well.
All right, we'll have to check it out too. Thanks, Josh.
Remember to let Josh know what inspires you in the 608. You can either reach out to him on social media or give him an email at inthe608@wisctv.com for a chance to be featured.
6:19 now, still ahead this morning, the argument over the world's sexiest bald man, who a new study says holds that title.
And coming up in our next half hour, don't cancel plans for your kids' summer camp just yet. Good news for your family on that front. That's just ahead. Stay with us.
With a nursing degree, helping others went from a job to a career.
Cobuson Buses, now hiring.
Working with Cobuson, it's definitely been great because of the flexibility. If you do need time off, they work around you. They definitely try to make it a company that's based for you.
Visit Cobuson.com to apply.
Freshen the look of your home with a new find from Habitat Restore Dane County. Get great deals on cabinets, appliances, furniture, and building supplies. Visit Habitat Restore today.
Culligan Water not only sells the best water softeners, but also rents them. Big box plumbers and online sellers don't. With renting, you never pay for repairs or extended warranties. And Culligan softeners are backed by the world's largest dealer network. Contact Culligan, the local water experts.
Stop whitening your smile the old-fashioned way with strips and trays that can take 30 minutes to an hour. I'm Jonathan Greenhut, the CEO of Power Swabs. When I met Dr. Ginniker and he introduced me to Power Swabs and I saw how effective they were and how easy they were to use, I knew we had to share it with the world. Power Swabs was clinically studied to whiten natural teeth as well as stain caps, crowns, and veneers. It's so effective, it works on stains caused by coffee, tea, red wine, and even smoking. For those of you who have that one stained tooth that's darker than the rest, Power Swabs can target that area using swab precision.
I really love the fact that you're able to go individually on each tooth and make sure that it's going to be wider.
If you have yellowing between your teeth, if you have coffee or tea stains near your gum line, just snap, swab, and smile. And in each 5-minute application, you'll see whiter teeth. So stop whitening your smile the old-fashioned way with strips and trays that can take 30 minutes to an hour, and start using the Power Swabs 5-minute solution. Just snap, swab, and smile.
After just 7 days, the results were awesome. Power Swabs was easy to use every day, and each day I could see it better and better, and from beginning to end, it's definitely whiter. They look clean, they feel clean. And people have made comments about it, which is nice.
Call for your 5-minute solution to whiter teeth. Order Power Swabs and receive up to 40% off the retail price. And as an added bonus, by ordering in response to this advertisement, get a free Power Swabs Quick Stick pen with your order. The Quick Stick pen is your on-the-go solution to help prevent stains from adhering to your teeth after drinking coffee, tea, or even after smoking. And in addition to saving up to 40% on your purchase and your free Quick Stick pen, get free shipping by ordering now. Dial the number on your screen or visit powerswabs.com today.
Cobuson Buses, now hiring.
After we backed that bus out of its stall and started driving, I just loved it. We really get a chance to get to know each other. Almost everyone has a different story about how they came to bus driving, so you really end up feeling like you're part of a family.
Visit Cobuson.com to apply.
Welcome back. We always ask you to share your morning with us. Take a peek at this look, our little patriotic photo to start our week. Thanks so much for sharing, Stacy. What does your morning look like? Use the hashtag MyNews3Morning when you post on social media so we can find and share your favorites.
Very nice, Stacy. Thank you.
Stunning picture. Okay, 6:23 now, and trending this morning. A big storm on Twitter after a new study declared the world's sexiest bald man. According to The Independent and a Google study, that title goes to Prince William. It found Prince William had been called sexy 17.6 million times online. That's nearly double the second name on the list, who was, get this, Mike Tyson.
That's interesting. Huh. Folks on Twitter had a few things to say about this. One reply to the Independent's article said, not while Jason Statham has a pulse.
Ooh.
Statham did come in third on the Google study. Sir Patrick Stewart and Vladimir Putin reportedly just missed out on cracking the top 10.
Vladimir Putin, huh? Sure. Okay, a lot of people felt that actor Stanley Tucci deserved the title. Look at this handsome man. One user questioned if the folks involved in the list had ever even seen or heard of Tucci since he wasn't included at all. Another guy missing, suspiciously, in my opinion, The Rock. Although The Rock himself says he thinks the winner should have been Larry David.
Yeah, definitely the funniest bald man. Is The Rock really bald? Like, is he, he shaves his head, but like Can he grow hair? I guess that's what I'm trying to say.
Do you shave your head if you can grow hair?
Probably. I don't know.
Our producer Jake says he can grow hair. I will say this, Larry David does have hair on his head, so I don't think he counts.
Larry David's bald.
Stanley Tucci is the winner here, let's be honest.
He is an excellent actor.
Mr. Tucci.
I will give him that. All right, Chris Reese, it's going to be a pretty nice day out. Keep an eye out for the wind, though, huh?
Yeah, we are seeing the sunshine out there, but the wind is certainly something we're going to be watching all day long. This is high-resolution radar over the upper Midwest. You see how things are quiet, but then we bring in those wind advisories into the picture. Wind gusts could top 45 miles per hour at times today, especially into the afternoon. You see that bit of cloud cover we have out there? That's in passing with the warm front that's moving on through. But as soon as that warm front pushes further towards the north, we will clear out once again to see more sunshine. Winds already out of the south. Our temperature was at 31. We have watched our temperature increase to 33 just over the past couple of hours. Platteville's already at 35. Wautoma was at 25. They've warmed up to 28. So as you plan the day, look for those temperatures on the increase. That cloud cover at 7 becomes full sunshine by 10 o'clock. We will be at 61 as we move into the afternoon. This is what we call a spectacular day. But folks, if it is trash day, if you just put out your lawn stuff and it's loose, I am telling you, you want to hunker it down as best as you can. Those trash cans are going to be blowing down the street as those winds begin to increase later on this afternoon and evening, but it's going to feel good. So get outside, soak up that vitamin D, do whatever you can, because tomorrow, even though it'll be windy, we're cloudy and not as warm.
All right, Chris. Good day to take the kiddos to the playground, especially since they're on spring break, huh? Well, there's the sun. We'll be back right after this, folks. Don't go anywhere.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
RHD Plumbing has the most reliable professionals in the industry. Reliable, honest, dedicated. With 24/7 emergency service for your home or business. Get the job done right with RHD Plumbing, proud partner of the Green Bay Packers.
I want to have $1 million when I retire.
Oh, great goal.
So where do I start?
Well, first you set up automatic transfers into savings. That can add up pretty quickly.
For me, working on putting $1,000 into an emergency fund got me in a good saving habit.
Already on it.
Then put together a plan to get rid of debt and maximize your investments. You know, Summit helped me do.
Oh, that's great. I love how Summit gives people the knowledge and confidence to go after their goals. It's your money. Own it. Summit Credit Union.
This month, all waterproof vinyl plank flooring is on sale at Surgenian's. We offer the largest Core-Tex selection in Madison. Take advantage of unprecedented sale pricing with 18-month financing. Local, sustainable, Surgenian's.
More Americans are growing their own vegetables than ever before. At Garden Mats, we're here to help people supplement their food supply with fresh, organic vegetables. Whether you are a beginner, novice, or master gardener, Garden Mats make gardening a breeze. Spend your summers trying to keep up with each other, not your weeds. Go to gardenmats.com and plan your garden today.
Habitat Dane County provides long-term stability through affordable home ownership, creating the spaces where learning grows, the places to rest, the spots to gather, the areas to play safely. Strengthen our community. Support Habitat Dane County.
I have the power to lower my A1C.
Because I can still make my own insulin, and Trulicity activates my body to release it.
Once weekly Trulicity is for type 2 diabetes. Most people taking it reached an A1C under 7%. Trulicity may also help you lose up to 10 pounds and lower your risk of cardiovascular events, whether you know you're at risk or not. Trulicity isn't for people with type 1 diabetes. It's not approved for use in children. Don't take Trulicity if you're allergic to it, you or your family have medullary thyroid cancer, or have multiple endocrine neoplasia syndrome type 2. Stop Trulicity and call your doctor right away if you have an allergic reaction, a lump or swelling in your neck, severe stomach pain, changes in vision, or diabetic retinopathy. Serious side effects may include pancreatitis. Taking Trulicity with sulfonylurea or insulin raises low blood sugar risk. Side effects include nausea, vomiting, and diarrhea, which can lead to dehydration and may worsen kidney problems.
I have it within me to lower my A1C.
Ask Ask your doctor about once weekly Trulicity.
RHD Plumbing has the most reliable professionals in the industry, now offering complete bathroom and kitchen remodeling with 0% financing. Everything you need to finish your dream project. Get the job done right with RHD Plumbing, proud partner of the Green Bay Packers.
New details in overnight on COVID-19, the brand new findings from the World Health Organization, and what still needs to be studied.
Plus, putting kids back on playgrounds and in summer camps. What Dr. Fauci says needs to happen to make it a reality without vaccinations for children.
And the winds are getting ready to blow. We're tracking the latest in the wind advisories here in the First Warren Weather Center.
This is News 3 Now This Morning.
Good morning, everybody. Happy Monday. I'm Chris Stanford.
Thanks for waking up with us, folks. I'm Leah Lynchide. We have some breaking news overnight. A new report says the coronavirus likely started in animals and not in a lab. The Associated Press has obtained a draft copy of the joint study between the World Health Organization and China. Scientists ruled out the possibility that the virus had escaped from a lab. The findings are largely what had been expected, though it does leave many questions unanswered and calls for more research.
Also, a big day today in Minneapolis. Opening statements are set to begin in the murder trial of former Minneapolis police officer Derek Chauvin. He's charged with second and third degree murder and second degree manslaughter in the death of George Floyd. Skylar Henry reports from Minneapolis.
Opening statements begin this morning in the trial of a former police officer accused of killing George Floyd. Derek Chauvin has pleaded not guilty to murder and manslaughter charges stemming from Floyd's death on May 25th. A bystander's video shows Floyd on the ground and in handcuffs, with Chauvin's knee on his neck for roughly 9 minutes. Breathe! Breathe! The incident sparked worldwide outrage and months of protests demanding justice. Floyd's brother joined supporters at another rally last night.
I have faith that he will get convicted. Just like everybody who's seen that video, because the video is the proof.
Here in Minneapolis, authorities are bracing for possible unrest surrounding the trial, which will be broadcast live from inside of the courtroom. An attorney for Floyd's family predicted the defense would try to smear the victim.
Because he had a trace amount of drugs found in his system. They're saying, oh, that's what killed him, not what Derek Chauvin did.
Chauvin and 3 other officers were fired the day after Floyd's death. The others are charged with aiding and abetting murder and manslaughter and are due to stand trial in August. Skylar Henry, CBS News, Minneapolis.
Back in Wisconsin, 50 people are out of a home this morning after a Janesville apartment building went up in flames early Sunday. It happened on St. Lawrence Avenue, about 2 blocks from the Rock River. Firefighters had to rescue 7 people who were trapped on the 2nd and 3rd floors. 1 pet died in the fire. About half of those folks are now staying at a local hotel. The cause is still under investigation. And in Madison, 6 more people are displaced from another fire near the Beltline. Take a look at this damage. Officials say it happened on Starlight Drive near the edge of the Odana Hills Golf Course. Crews believe a discarded cigarette caused this fire. All 4 people who were inside at the time did make it out safely. The damage here estimated at $50,000.
Take a look at this new video in from overnight. A fire at an oil refinery in Indonesia's West Java province is sending some thick black smoke into the air this morning. At least 500 people have been ordered to evacuate. At least 4 residents have been treated for burns. It's still unclear, though, what caused the fire, but lightning and heavy rain had been recorded in the area at the time the fire started.
A decision to reopen Madison's 9 public libraries could happen this week. A governing board will meet to decide whether to reopen each building. If they do reopen, masks would be required and capacity would be capped per public health guidelines. Libraries have been closed now for more than a year, but they have provided curbside and computer services. A tentative opening date is slated for April 19th.
For March Madness in full swing right now, the Elite 8 is set. Top-seeded Gonzaga will meet 6th-seeded USC tomorrow night. 1-seeded Michigan and the 11-seed UCLA will also play tomorrow with a trip to the Final Four on the line. And a push at the Final Four starts tonight right here on WISC. It starts with Oregon State and Houston at 6:15. The nightcap, Arkansas and Baylor at 9. News 3 Now at 10 will air after the second game. 6:34, Chris Reese here now with your first warned weather. Hey, Chris.
Hey, we're planning a beautiful day out there, but it is going to be windy. I can't stress that enough as we go throughout the morning. Just forget about it. If you want to just try really hard to style the hair, it's going to be blowing around as we move into the afternoon. Here we are, though, 44 by 10 o'clock in the morning, 52 for lunch. Temperatures top out to the low 60s this afternoon. But here are the wind advisories all throughout the upper Midwest and right here in southern Wisconsin as well. You work your way towards Lake Geneva and Milwaukee, there's not a wind advisory, same as you work your way up towards Wausau. But it's still going to be windy throughout the entire state. Let me show you the future track wind gusts as we move into the afternoon. This is 1 o'clock. Our wind advisory goes into effect at 1 o'clock, by the way. The reason for that, that's when your wind gusts begin to approach that 45-mile-per-hour stage, but they could exceed that at times as well. You're seeing some wind gusts upward to 45 to 50 miles per hour as we move into the afternoon. So these are things to keep in mind. This is why I say your trash can, if it's trash day, it's going to be down the street by the time it is empty, but also make sure that lid is completely closed. Otherwise, a lot of that trash is going to blow out. If you just put your lawn chairs out, be prepared for things to be blowing away. Maybe bring them in for a next day or two and then put them back out. But it is certainly going to be windy all the way through Tuesday evening. By Tuesday evening, we'll really start to see those winds subside. So that's going to be some good news for us. But we're at least going to be in the neighbor's yard when it comes to where your trash can is. On the bright side, we're not expecting any rain today. A little bit of snow tries to show up on radar, but I'll tell you we're dry. So that's not making it to the ground, but it's just showing you the overall picture that's associated with the warm front coming through. And you see these orange lines, the closer they are together, the windier it is going to be. Hey, that sun already starting to make a return to the area. 33 degrees right now. Temperatures are into the 30s for all of us. So far this morning, we'll be at 48 by 11:30. We will top out at 61 with that sunshine this afternoon, but it's cloudy and 50 with the wind on Tuesday. 38 on Wednesday. Temperatures return back into the 60s for your Easter weekend before a chance of rain next Monday and Tuesday. We're watching traffic for you guys as well this morning. Your typical slowdowns are showing up on East Washington Avenue, especially inbound towards the Capitol. Those are all really associated with the stoplights. Your highways throughout Dane and Rock counties, they're all doing good.
All right, Mr. Reese, thank you very much. 6:36 now. Women's History Month comes to a close on Wednesday, but the push to close the wage gap will continue. For women like Molly Moran, the biggest barrier to success is just getting their foot in the door. Molly works in the male-dominated wine industry. She says misogyny and stereotypes are some of the reasons more women don't become winemakers. So when she broke into the business herself, she knew what she had to do.
I see it as my duty to help women along the way that I either was at certain moments in my career or very much wasn't. If I'm picking between two Chardonnays from California, they taste pretty similar, they're pretty similar in price. One's made from a woman, one isn't. I'm gonna pick the woman-made wine.
Atta girl. Here in Madison, the numbers are better than the national average. Women make about 92 cents for every dollar men make. But that doesn't compare women and men working in the same jobs with the same hours and the same experience.
The Summerfest grounds will serve a new purpose. The guest services building will be turned into a temporary vaccine clinic. It'll be open for vaccinations by appointment starting tomorrow. It'll be open every Tuesday and Thursday and on some Saturdays. As for the actual Summerfest Music Festival, it's still scheduled to take place this year over 3 weekends in September.
New this morning, Dr. Fauci says kids could go back to participating in camps and playing on playgrounds this summer without a COVID vaccine. On Face the Nation, Dr. Fauci says a continued decline in new cases and a sustained vaccination rate could make this all possible. He's previously said elementary school-age kids won't likely be vaccinated until the first quarter of 2022. Companies like Pfizer and Moderna have just started studying the vaccine's effects in children.
With all the sunshine in the forecast today, it'll be nice to get outside and soak up some vitamin D. Vitamins are essential for all of us, but SSM Health says there are different ways your kids could be getting all their necessary nutrients. Chris Reese here now with this week's Time for Kids.
Yeah, Chris, it's quite common for adults to supplement their diets with extra vitamins, right? But a lot of adults then start to ask the question, should I be adding extra supplements to the diet of, say, my children? Well, in this case, SSM Health has a nurse practitioner. Her name is Melissa Anderson, and she says that for most healthy kids, a well-balanced diet will provide the needed nutrients, but there are some reasons why a child would still need that extra vitamin.
So when it comes to vitamins, we truly promote that children eat a well-balanced diet to get most of the vitamins and minerals they need. A lot of foods in America here are fortified with vitamins, so as long as your child is getting different sources from different foods, they should be well covered with their vitamins. However, there are instances where children should be taking vitamins, such as erratic eating behaviors or following special diets such as vegan or diets for certain health conditions.
For Midwest, a common needed vitamin is vitamin D, which Anderson says most could receive from dairy, milk, and orange juice. But a multivitamin can also be helpful in providing the important nutrients. She also says that in combination with a healthy diet, multivitamins should be safe for your child to take long term. But if you have any questions, a consultation with your child's primary care provider is the best course of action. Of course, our Time for Kids Recipe for Health team is always asking what you want to hear about, so let us know what health topics you're interested in, or share your family's health story with us online at ssmhealth.com/timeforkids.
So just some encouragement to get your kids outside and soak up that vitamin D.
Yeah, the sunshine today is going to be great, as long as you don't blow away. It's going to be windy, but if you can get outside today and soak that up, just take advantage of it. It's going to be
Kids are
great.
on spring break, so I think a trip to the park this afternoon is in order.
Exactly. A lot of folks will probably be out, so remember to social distance, but it's going to be a good day to be out.
Thanks, Chris.
My pleasure.
Leah.
All right, take a look at this story, you guys. Pretty cool. A couple in Wausau saying goodbye to their in-ground home and hello to a life on wheels. Kenzie Bradley and Kyle Verhosselt plan to rehab this school bus with hopes of taking it across the country, eventually relocating in Colorado.
When we got together, we went to Colorado twice, and we wanted to experience dispersed camping, and it turned out to be like one of the things we really liked. So
yeah.
I don't know, she kind of brought me into the idea of building a school bus into a tiny home, so I was just all aboard.
Pretty cool. The two plan to install everything a home would need, like a fully functioning bathroom and a kitchen. They plan to use off-grid solar panels and a generator as a backup. They'll also repaint the bus so it can be registered as an RV. They hope to wrap all of this up by the end of the year. This has me dreaming. I have a brilliant idea. Reality TV show, two Chris's and Leah take on the world.
In a bus.
Home. What do you think? Chris likes it. I heard Mr. Reese laugh back there. He's into it.
Because I'm not living on a bus.
Oh, come on. You can have the bed. I'll take the couch.
It was actually the name that made me laugh. The two Chris's and Leah take on the world. I'm actually quite down for the bus life. It seems kind of interesting.
Yeah. This would be wonderful. It'd be like a band. Right? Like we're just touring the U.S.
I've always wanted to be in a band, you know.
Chris Stanford, you can play the bass, can't you?
Sure, yeah. I'll be the
bass.
I'll be the
little bass?
Player, yeah. How long until that thing breaks down, though? That bus is sure to break down, like, before it crosses the border.
It's all part of the reality TV show, Chris. Just
You're right. It would make for good television.
Yeah.
Leah, that's a great answer. It's the reality.
All right, 6:42. Is it time to take a look outside? There it is. All right. So look at that sunrise. That is very lovely. So it's going to be just about perfect today. There is one thing, though, that you'll want to plan for. We'll have that.
And good morning, everyone. I'm Josh Breiter. Coming up, see how a local business is getting a big boost from Wisconsin's version of the hit show Shark Tank and why they got their start here in the 608. We're back right after this.
MG&E, building your community energy company for the future through the power of working together. Committed to cleaner, more sustainable energy, driven by innovation, fostered by shared values. Visit MGE2050.com.
For over 25 years, Fry Construction has provided excellence in home improvements. We strive to exceed the expectations of our clients with each and every project we do. Respected by so many of your neighbors and voted best of Madison, Fry Construction delivers lasting quality for your home. In honor of our 25 years, we're offering 25% off gutters or insulation with any full roof project. Schedule your consultation today at fryconstruction.com.
What does it mean to fight for what's right? And who decides what's right? Is it right for an insurance adjuster to try to get you to settle for less than you deserve? Is it right to let victims struggle to pay their medical bills? To us, it means helping accident victims get their lives back to normal again. It means doing what's right for you. Havish, and Rotier. We fight for what's right.
Heard of nuts.com? It's the best kept secret of savvy snackers all over the country. Incredible nuts, dried fruits, organic snacks, and gluten-free treats. There's something for everyone to love, including free shipping with your first order.
Best pistachios ever.
Love the dried peaches.
White chocolate toffee cashews are awesome.
The holy grail of honey sesame sticks. The quality has made me a customer for life. With so much to love and free shipping with your first order, check out nuts.com.
It takes attention to detail. With your local Bryant dealer, you're getting more than just a technician. You're getting someone who pays attention to your needs and the little things that make a big difference. It takes a dealer you can rely on. And to keep your family cool this summer,
let me show you how this works.
It takes Bryant.
Bryant, whatever it takes. Breathe easy. Contact AirServe for quality AC repair. Finally, a heating and cooling company you can count on.
MG&E, building your community energy company for the future through the power of working together. Committed to cleaner, more sustainable energy, driven by innovation, fostered by shared values. Visit MGE2050.com.
Dane County's year-long stoppage of jury trials created a huge backlog of unresolved cases.
It's not just been hard on defendants, it's been very hard on victims.
With trials set to reopen in June, News 3 Now's Naomi Coles takes steps to discover how the courts will handle this overload.
We are all going to have some serious challenges managing the backlog.
Plus, national criminal justice experts weigh in. Justice delayed. Today on News 3 Now at 5:30 p.m.
Welcome back. There's a local company in the 608 getting some statewide recognition this morning. They started a tortilla business a couple of years ago as a way to focus on supporting more locally owned products.
Love this. I just drop everything. You start up your own tortilla company?
Yeah.
Sounds interesting. Josh Breiter talked with a couple who started this and is here now with their story. Hey, Josh.
Hey guys, good morning. Yeah, this is a super cool, very unique local story here. You may have actually had their product and not even know it. They supply many local restaurants and grocery stores along with all different areas here across southern Wisconsin. We're talking about Tortilleria Cepeda. We caught up with them, the owners, Julian and Heidi Cepeda, at the Willie Street Co-op on Madison's west side. The couple started the business in Lone Rock back in 2018, not really knowing where the industry would take them. Originally of Puerto Vallarta, Julian wanted to come up with an authentic tortilla that he could be proud of, so they started their own with locally sourced corn using traditional Mexican techniques. Local has always been their focus from the very beginning, and they can't thank consumers enough for supporting them every step of the way.
We found a niche that thought was just to fulfill Julian's selfish need for a good corn tortilla, so pleasantly surprised that the whole community rallied around us and was like, yes, yes, keep making tortillas. We want them everywhere.
Now, recently, the couple was awarded $5,000 as well as business assistance from a TV show that airs across Wisconsin called Project Pitch It. It's similar to the hit show Shark Tank. They were chosen out of 300 other entrepreneurs from around the state, out of 300, so a very, very unique choice here. Again, you'll find them in many grocery stores and restaurants across the 608. We've put a link with the complete list up on channel3000.com. Just go to the In the 608 section right now. Keep in mind, I'm told you might have to ask to make sure you get that specific tortilla at some of the area restaurants, and if you go in the grocery store, they'll be right there with the rest of the tortillas. Just look for that branding. Pretty cool, guys. You know, they started this a few years ago, and it's really taken off, and I'm told that the corn tortilla is the way to go when it comes to tacos, when it comes to quesadillas, chilaquiles, whatever you're looking for, that's what you got to do.
Must be time for the In the 608 segment because Josh Breiter always making us hungry at this hour. Josh, thank you very much for that.
Yeah, starving. Now I really want some Mexican food. All
Why
right.
not?
Chris Reese, you like Mexican food, don't you?
Love it.
Yeah.
There. May have to make something a little spicy for dinner later on tonight.
There you
Who
go.
knows? Yeah, weather-wise, things are going to be quite fantastic as we go throughout today. We're going to see that sunshine. Temperatures are going to be into the 60s. Just try not to blow away when you step outside, because we're going to see those strong wind gusts. Sustained winds are going to be 15 to 30 miles per hour, but those gusts are going to be 45 to 50 miles per hour at a time. So with that being said, we do have a wind advisory in effect. It starts at 1. It's going to go until 8 o'clock. High-resolution radar trying to show a weak little system passing by. All it's truly bringing is just a bit of cloud cover. Temperatures are 1 degree above freezing for us in Madison right now. We're at 52 by lunchtime, though. Those winds really will pick up right around lunchtime, and it'll be windy all afternoon long. We will top out at 61. Keep in mind our average high is 49, so we're going to be well above average this afternoon and well above average for most of that extended forecast.
All righty. Thank you, Chris. Stick around. The morning sprint is coming up after the break.
But first, it's March 29th. We have to say happy birthday to Mr. Chris Stanford.
38. I like that little 8 right next to the
Celebrating 3 times 10 plus a couple extra years. Happy birthday, friend.
Look Who's 3 is sponsored by Three Bears Resort, Indoor Water Park and Conference Center in Warrens, Wisconsin.
We're in, we're out, we're back on the road. Let's go. Here we go. Pick them up, put them down. Get on in there, get a snack, go to the bathroom. Everybody goes to the bathroom. Just make sure the cat goes to the bathroom. We are not stopping anywhere else. The youth will go to the bathroom. Wait, who's that guy? When do we pick him up? All right.
Spring is here, and it's time to refresh your home. Steinhafels has the largest in-stock selection of the newest styles at the lowest prices. Right now, save 35% store-wide on furniture for every room in your house. A new leather sofa for the living room, a mattress for the bedroom, or a solid wood dining set for the kitchen. And with patio season just around the corner, find the newest styles with savings up to 50%. So shop Steinhafels and Steinhafels.com.
It takes attention to detail. With your local Bryant dealer, you're getting more than just a technician. You're getting someone who pays attention to your needs and the little things that make a big difference. It takes a dealer you can rely on. And to keep your family cool this summer,
Let me show you how this works.
it takes Bryant.
Bryant. Whatever it takes. In the Fitchburg area, contact Tarkenton Brothers Heating, Ventilating, and Air Conditioning for quality comfort solutions.
Here at Weedman Lawn Care, we believe that your lawn should be a place where memories are made, a source of pride, relaxation, and fun for the whole family. That's why we proudly offer a child and pet-friendly program, so you can enjoy a healthier, greener, weed-free lawn without sacrificing peace of mind.
Our program offers effective, targeted weed control, and our golf course quality fertilizer creates a beautiful outdoor space. Don't your kids and grandkids deserve a Weedman lawn? Trust the lawn care experts. Trust Weedman.
We drive everywhere to help our son reach his dream of becoming an elite swimmer. So we enrolled in the Know Your Drive program with American Family Insurance. It gives us discounts for safe driving, which comes in handy, no matter where his dreams take him. With Know Your Drive, save up to 20% and get closer to your dreams. American Family Insurance. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly.
You expect students to make a mess in schools, but the superintendent, under Deb Kerr's leadership, the Brown Deer School District was a financial mess. Kerr's district's accounts were overdrawn by $500,000, slamming her district with late fees. And instead of firing the employee responsible, he was given paid leave, costing taxpayers $136,000 more to pay him to do nothing. Scandals, cover-ups, taxpayer money wasted. Deb Kerr, the wrong choice for state school superintendent.
Here you go. Thanks. No problem. You guys, stop yelling.
Trust the First Warn Weather Team for your most accurate forecast.
6:53, time for the morning sprint.
At least 4 people are dead after another round of dangerous storms in the south. The storm rolled through Tennessee, damaging homes and flooding parts of the state along the way. Heavy rain flooded parts of Nashville as well. Crews rescued at least 130 people from cars and homes. This is the 3rd time in a week areas in the south have been hit by severe weather.
New video showing the extent of some of the damage. Crews rescued at least 15 people from this apartment complex here when a mudslide came through. Insurance adjusters will have to wait for the water to go down to assess all the property damage. Nashville's mayor has declared a state of emergency.
A new report says the coronavirus likely started in animals, not in a lab. The Associated Press has obtained a draft copy of the joint study between the World Health Organization and China. Scientists ruled out the possibility that the virus had escaped from a lab. The findings are largely what had been expected, though it does leave many questions unanswered and calls for more research.
President Biden says he'll meet with advisors today to get a better sense of the country's COVID-19 situation. The administration is working to develop a system to prove that you've been vaccinated. It could essentially be a necessity for things like travel and work. Asked Sunday about indications new infections have been on the rise, the president said a number of Americans are apparently letting their guard down.
College crowds are taking advantage of relaxed COVID restrictions in North Carolina. Bars and restaurants near NC State were packed shoulder to shoulder this weekend. Only a few people wore masks and were socially distancing. Raleigh police had a heavy presence in the area, but no one reported any problems. State health officials have encouraged North Carolinians to follow COVID safety protocols as they ease restrictions there.
Opening statements set to begin today in the murder trial of former Minneapolis police officer Derek Chauvin. Chauvin is charged with 2nd and 3rd degree murder and 2nd degree manslaughter in the death of George Floyd. The trial is expected to last up to 4 weeks. The Henry Vilas Children's Zoo and Lake Wingra entrance are set to reopen today. The entire zoo was closed down more than a year ago because of the pandemic. It was the zoo's first closure ever. It reopened in June, but the Children's Zoo has been closed to the public again. It opens back up today.
Some good news out of the Middle East this morning. The stranded container ship blocking the Suez Canal is floating. Crews are currently working on securing the ship. It is still blocking traffic. There are no details about when it might be fully freed. Satellite images do show the ship's bow still wedged in the canal's bank. The ship got stuck last Tuesday. It's held up $9 billion in global trade every day since.
High-resolution radar all clear for us this morning. We have a little bit of cloud cover here in the 608, but that goes by the wayside with sunshine this afternoon. The bigger story, it is going to be the wind. Wind advisories go into effect at 1 o'clock. They're going to last through 8 o'clock this evening as winds really begin to pick up. Temperatures are warming up too. We are now at 35, and we will warm up into the low 60s as we go into the afternoon. Again, that does come with sunshine, but expect those wind gusts around 45 at times.
Hold on to your hats today. All right, Chris, thank you. Thanks for watching, folks. Have a great one. We'll see you tomorrow.